Hi, it's Darren here from bet72.com. Just taking this opportunity to make another video, not only so you get to hear my dulcet tones once again, but also it's a very frequently asked question that we get sent through. Info@bet72.com if you've got any questions and queries of your own, but this is one that we do get asked on quite a regular basis, so good opportunity just to make a video. Just might give you a little bit of food for thought as well when you're considering some of these offers. Now, the offer in question, which has just recently appeared over at Betfair, is on their arcade area, is actually a casino type offer, nothing to do with the sportsbook, and we'll just see there it's just flashed through. Deposit £20 and play with a £40 bonus on our Premier Collection match bonus, big headline, glitzy stars and everything like that. So the first thing to say about this is that the wording is absolutely awful on this offer. So very important that when you do get offers like this, that you do read them, and then you read them, and then you read them again, because sometimes they are just literally are not what they seem. And this is a prime example, which is primarily why I've decided to make the video, just to highlight this. So on reading that, if I saw that first off, I would look at that and think, right, well, I deposit £20, I'm going to get a £40 bonus, so I'm going to have £60 in my account. I can go off and play some of these lovely arcade slots, although we have had quite a bit of luck on these recently, so that's probably a time for another video at some point. But if we actually drill down into the offer, which you've actually got on here, 100% match offer. So straight away, if we're depositing £20, it can't be 100% match because they're claiming we're getting a £40 bonus. So straight away, there's sort of alarm bells ringing, but maybe it's not all what it's cracked up to be. But anyway, if we read further, we actually get to the real nub of what it actually is, and it's turned £20 into £40 Premier Collection bonus. Claim the bonus, get 100% bonus up to £20, wager your bonus 15 times. Right, so this is not quite what we were seeing here, where it was talking about a £40 bonus. £20 of that bonus is our own money, so it's not a £40 bonus at all. And anyway, if we drill down and read the information in here, basically what it's saying is that we make a deposit of £20 in our account, or we claim £20. Effectively, we lock in £20 of our own money, and they're going to give us 100% match. So we then effectively got £40 in order to play with. There's a list of all the slots that we can play. I will say, you can see it there highlighted, Mississippi Queen has been quite a good slot for us, but that's not what this video is about. We're not talking about the strategies for these particular types of offers. We're just trying to highlight really whether to determine if the offer is value or not, which was what the original question was. So again, what we need to do is get into these terms and conditions and see exactly what we're dealt with. So there's obviously all the usual part about identity and how many times you can sign up for it and whatever. But if we actually drop down here and we talk about the wagering requirement, once claimed, you must wager your total bonus, including your initial stake, 15 times. So we've got our initial stake, which is what we've locked into the offer, because we have to commit the £20. Effectively, what happens when we put the £20 and accept the bonus, that gets tied up in a separate area within our account. I can't see it because I'm not logged in here, but there's a separate little area that comes up and it says arcade bonus, and that's locked in, so it's not part of our balance anymore. We can't touch it until we've either lost it or the wagering's complete, and we can then actually take the money back out and it gets returned to our normal balance. So basically what will happen is that 20 gets tied up with their 20. So you get a £40 bonus, which includes the £20 lose to claim. So it's not a £40 bonus at all. It's a £20 bonus. Well, I don't know where this £40 come from, because that is your own money. Half of that is your own money. And anyway, the real sort of kicker on this is also then that the whole £40, remember, they've only given you 20 here, has to be wagered 15 times, which is a total of 600. So effectively, it's a £20 bonus with a 30 times wagering requirement on it. Now, that could be considered. You could look at that if it was worded in the right way. I mean, straight away I'm turned off this offer because it's worded so badly. But also, if we do then look at the nuts and bolts of a particular offer, which is what the original question was about. How do you know whether it's actually value or not? Well, literally all we need to do is we need to consider the wagering requirement on the actual games there. And if you remember, if we scroll up here, what we're going to see is it's only available on slots, despite obviously the arcade area does have other games such as blackjack and roulette, which would be very nice to be able to play, but we can't do those. We can only touch the slots. So as a rough rule of thumb, what we're saying, and again, we've got other documentation if people want to see that, but generally slots are around about 5% house edge. So that means out of every £100 that you wager through an online slot, you'd expect to get £95 back. So you can naturally see the more you have to wager, the more money you're going to lose. This is mathematically. This is nothing to do with you might hit a big win. You might not hit a single win. That's what we talk about when we talk about variance of a particular offer. But if we just be working on pure maths, which is all we can do from the outset, then for every £100 we wager, we're going to get £95 back, which is the RTB return to player, or the house edge of 5%. It's just the same thing shown in a different way. So basically, if we then wager £600, then over the course of that, we're going to lose 6 times £5, aren't we? Because we've just got £600 that we've wagered, and we times that by 5%, and that gives us 30. So our expected loss is £30. And if we remember, despite the big bold headlines on the first page we looked at of £40, the actual bonus value was only £20. So therefore, we're expected to lose £30. So straight away, it's a negative value offer. The expected value of the offer is minus 30. Minus 10, because we're expected to lose £30 on an offer, which is only giving us 20 to start off with. So that's just sort of the quick and simple way. As I say, we can get down in particular variance. I mean, you might go in on the first spin, you might hit the jackpot, you might hit a massive win, in which case you can then just grind it out, or you can drop the stakes and actually play it through on a lower amount. But generally what we're saying here is that in the pure maths, all we're looking at is how much bonus are they giving us, how much free money are they giving us to play with, how much have we got to wager, how much are we expected to lose as a rough mean average, and if one is bigger than the other, that then determines whether we play it or whether we don't. And there's other things which come into play, like we've already said about the variance. Other things can be, like, well, we've got £600 to wager there. If that's going to take us half an hour to do, for example, is half an hour of my time worth the expected value? Obviously not in this case because it's a negative, but if that was, say, worth plus 10, you then have to value, is half an hour of my time worth a potential of £10 profit? I mean, it's never going to be exactly £10. Obviously, it could be higher, could be lower. We could win loads, we could lose loads. But so again, that's an important factor. You've got to value your time, because the time spent doing this, you could be off doing something else, which might make you some more money somewhere else. There could be a better offer out there. There could be other free bets you could do, all that sort of thing. So it's just one of the considerations. But generally, to answer the very first sort of question we were asked, if you want to calculate the value of a particular offer, then what you do is you take the wagering requirement of the particular offer that you've got, you times that by the house edge percentage, in which case slots, we assume 5%. I mean, if it was something like blackjack, we can go down to half of 1%, 0.5%. Roulette, typically just over 1%, between 1 and 2%, depending on the variance of roulette you get. So you can see they're much more attractive games to play, but that's why they're virtually excluded from every offer. So on slots, it's 5%. So we just take the wagering requirement, times it by the house edge, 5%, 600 times 5% is £30. They're only giving us £20 here, so it's not one for me. So again, that was just a quick way that I use to assess these offers at a face value, and certainly this particular match bonus is not one I'll be getting involved with. So, but obviously I'll look out for more. And if you want any more information about it, drop me a line, info@bet72.com, and look out for some more videos in the future. Okay, cheers, thank you, bye-bye.